The Syrian civil war is a humanitarian crisis that affects 13 million people. We've already supported this project for 4 years, and due to the ongoing severity of the crisis, we're committing to a 3-year partnership. With over 70% of Syrian refugees living below the poverty line, we're supporting the distribution of urgently needed items to 20,000 people that are a means for survival during the COVID-19 pandemic, as well as resources to survive the harsh winter months. To address the root causes of extreme poverty, we're also supporting programs that will enable 3,000 marginalised people to access public services, receive education, and access to vocational training and support systems. And here is an insight into the bigger story.
Thank you, Gaimia Baptist Church, for your partnership in Lebanon. This short video, I hope, will encourage you as you hear from our brothers and sisters themselves. People like Joe, a church leader at Faith Baptist Church, from Sophie, who is the communications director and has been capturing the stories for us in the last few years. And Nadia as well at Tahari, a community that you have decided to go deeper in terms of your partnership. I pray that as you hear the song as well, that it will encourage you. It is something that they recorded for us, and when they recorded it, it was just 2 hours before the Beirut explosion that happened last year. And so what was true during that time, before the explosion, remains to be true after the explosion, that our hope is indeed in Jesus. Thank you again for your partnership, and God bless you.
We have about 1 in 4 people living in Lebanon are displaced. At Tahadi, around 50% of our beneficiaries are Syrian.
They are without work now because of the economic and the medical situation in Lebanon. And because of COVID, every 2 weeks we have a lockdown. So people stay at home, they don't work. And for them, they don't have savings, they don't have work, they don't have an income, they cannot provide food for their families. It has pushed us out of our walls and our pews, and it has helped us be more in the community, be present more in the community. I grew up in a very hostile family to Syrians. My father was a fighter in the Lebanese militia who were fighting the Syrian army when they invaded Lebanon. And I grew up with this anger towards Syrians. When they fled the war in Syria and came to Lebanon, they thought that God has abandoned them.
Yeah, so Sana fled from her village in Syria when ISIS was invading her village. And so Sana had 2 kids, 2 young kids, and she was pregnant with a 3rd one. And so she takes each kid by a hand. She had also her son, 2-year-old son, in her arms. They start shooting, and a bullet goes straight into Sana's son's heart. And so she comes to Lebanon. It's winter. She is absolutely desperate. This is when she meets our church partner in the area where she was. The church had become the only place where she could feel some peace, and that she would go every day just to meditate, and because she felt at peace there. And so she started attending church, and she was very touched by the care of the church and the pastor especially. So she gave her life to Christ, and now she is in charge of what we call a little friendly space, where she is teaching 60 children from 2 to 5.
I remember this man who has a family and who used to come to church every Sunday, So one Sunday afternoon, we meet for a Bible study, and he says, I want to confess something. I've been coming to church just to get help, but I have learned that you will help me whether I come to church or not. And this has convicted me, because you have genuine love, you have true love. And this is why I want to give my life to Christ, because Christ is love, and this is what I'm learning. We have seen hope in different areas, in different ways. We have seen people who were once very hostile to the gospel coming to Jesus and giving their life to Christ.
At the end of 2019 was really a hard time, and then subsequently the blast, etc. And for us here, sometimes Australia seems very far. So I really had that thought, like, even as far as Australia, there are churches that are praying and caring and really engaged. This was such a solace for me in that moment where things seemed bleak. And I remember that often, thinking that really the amount of people that are coming together and showing their faith through these projects is humbling and encouraging. And so really it's things like that keep us going.
To donate to May Mission Month, go to guymeabaptist.org.au. Here you will find more information on the projects and how to donate online. Donations for May Mission Month are over and above our regular giving, and the last day to donate is the 6th of June. If you need any further information or assistance with your donation, email us at office@guymeabaptist.org.au or call the GBC office. We thank you for partnering with us in loving our local and global neighbours in these challenging times, to see lives changed by Jesus.